8121 on one. Now, when you hear that on one, what exactly does that mean? Well, guess what? You're in luck. I'll tell you. It can mean two things. You take your pick. 8121 on one could mean 8121. Oh, this guy on some bullshit today. Or it can mean 8121 on one. Let me say it differently. 8121 on one. Meaning me just talking to you. I'm without my ride or die. So you pick up whichever one it is. Usually there's an indication of what's going on. If I'm on one, or am I just one-on-one? In these podcasts, I'm just going to talk about what I was thinking, what I am thinking, some of the things I might, come across in life, and I'm like, okay, what is that? But before I start, I'm going to let Doral talk to you. Listen to the words. It'll kind of explain everything.
It's Al and Elandi.
I question why this man do what they do, searching through clues. What picture you drew? I'm reading the room. How you bounce back from the dark in the time that you lose. I'll be running the place so we gonna make a move. And as the time goes, I'm looking to see will you improve. And what's your real purpose for this thing that you claim you do? Is it love or you just want attention from a couple of dudes? Or maybe love from women as long as they get it from you? Would your knowledge expand past what you already knew? Would you stretch past your limits, live a life that's renewed? Or you pointing fingers to the ones that's the closest to you? And how you go front on me? I know your moves. You not that smooth. And this the groove. Too much to prove. I slide like school does. I see what you does. You such a loser. You're speaking too much. I keep my cool.
Yeah. 8121. That's a new opening song from Doral. Let me bring that down a little bit. Let me talk to you a little bit. Like I said, it's 8121, and this is just about me thinking about things and trying to figure out, like, what's going on here? What is that person doing? What was that person thinking? Who are you? Right? Most of my life, I've always been, wait a minute, we need something here. Hold on. All right. Most of my life, I've always been like a thinker, never was a troublemaker, never a bully. I kept to myself, and most times people would interpret it as being an introvert. I wasn't an introvert. I felt like it sometimes, but I just love to think. I guess the word would be cerebral, I guess. But usually attached to the word cerebral, people think smart. By no means do I think I'm smart. I'm just always thinking. And sometimes it could be exhausting. But as of lately, I've been thinking. Most of my life, I've been into things. Today, people call it creative stuff. Most of my life, I've been into things. Like, if it was DJing, if it was recording something, if it was creating something out of nothing, I've always tried. Might not have ever been the best. And probably still not the best. But at the end of the day, I got a rush out of doing it. Sadly, you come across people that they claim that. They don't get a rush out of doing it and seeing whatever they create come to life. They trying to be, which is one of my favorite words. Let me run that back again. They're trying to be. They just want to be somebody. They want to make up for the lack of in younger years, a void in their life. And they just trying to be, and that's fine. But what happens is when you're just trying to be, you kind of cheat the game. You cheat the craft. You cheat it. Now, it's a myriad of personalities that I've come across in 56 years on this planet. There's a lot of personalities I've come across, and I'm like, wow. But just recently I sat down and I actually thought, out of all these personalities, what one word sums up all of it? Well, I could just throw one word on it and boom, keep it moving. This is what thinkers do. Ladies and gentlemen, or like Boosie like to say, America, this is what thinkers do. That word is a word called histrionic. Let me say it without the echo. Histrionic. Histrionic. like histrionic. Now, a lot of people may be familiar with that. I will define it, but I'll define it by way of giving you histrionic personality traits. The first trait, attention seeking. Always looking for attention. Always. The second trait, praise seeking. You gotta pat them on the back. Yo, you this, you that, you that. So think about it. Attention seeking, you're looking for attention, and you also want praise. You know anybody like that? And if they don't get the praise, let's say if two people on stage perform and someone gets attention other than them, the next trait is acting out. They're gonna act out. They're gonna get mad, and you're gonna hear something like this, like,
I don't care about that anyway.
hate. Acting out. Like, and when they're acting out, they're overdoing it, which is the next trait, which is, overly dramatic. You know somebody like that? Overly dramatic. You're acting out because you didn't get attention, and now you're overly dramatic. It's like, dude, it ain't that serious. Or girl, it ain't that serious. But remember, this is a histrionic personality trait, acting out. Now, if they don't get the attention by acting out, if they don't get the praise they're looking for, mentally, they start to feel like you're ignoring them. You're not reaching out to them. You didn't say anything to them. They don't have time to process, is it my turn? No, they need what they need right now. You know anybody like that? Feeling ignored because they are not the center of attention. I'm sorry. I'm throwing my words all over the place, but you get it. They're not the center of attention. So they sitting there sulking, right? One of the traits, this next one, I want to talk about because I ran across this quite a bit. It is not specific to histrionic, but it's a part of the traits. And that would be acting like they're unable to get their task or whatever they're trying to do done because somebody didn't help them. Years ago, I used to attach it to zodiac signs, but I'm kind of backing up off that. So think about it. You ever come across a person that's like, yo, I would have did this, but ain't nobody helped me. Or I would have did this because nobody understood what I was trying to say, so I ain't have no help. Or I be trying to tell people stuff, and they just don't get it, right? It's like a situation where I've had that happen before, where I'm actually on the phone with this person, and I'm like, yo, what's good, man? And they like, yo. And I'm like, yo, man, I don't know what to tell you, man. Yo, man, they don't like, I be trying to tell people stuff, they don't get it, blah, 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 blah. They don't never listen to me, and I don't never have no help in what I can do. And usually I'm like, yo, man, let me hit you right back, man. I got something to do. That's just what it is. You know anybody like that? Here go another trait. Do you know anyone that's controversial just to get attention? You know, like they'll go on the internet and say some off the wall craziness just to get attention. They'll post something that's offensive, don't make sense, just to get attention. Histrionic. And the last trait, jealousy. We know that word. We ain't got to get into it. These people will sit around you and they will say whatever they have to say, but secretly, they are jealous. Jealous. How can you tell that they're jealous? Usually, it's through the whining. Hey, some of their favorite words is I, me, whatever. Okay, but you just do the whining. Like you do something, you feel proud about it, and then next thing you know, you got this person sitting next to you like,
nothing ever works out for me. I be trying to do this, and I never get no help.
really? So, you know anybody like that? You know anybody that has a histrionic personality? Check out the word. This has been 8121 on one. Was I on one? Or was I just one-on-one? Holla.
It's Al and Elandi. It's got to be more careful.